Turning now to your community focus, back to school, back to routine. If those words make you feel a little bit stressed out and anxious, you are not alone. So to talk to us through how to navigate those back to school anxieties you may be feeling is Dr. Tanuja Gandhi. She's a psychiatrist with Bradley Hospital. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So doctor, if someone watching at home or their kids or teens feel a little bit nervous about going back to school, what can they do?
The first thing to know is that a little bit of anxiety is normal and you might not know, but a lot of people are experiencing it. So you're not alone in the process. And with every transition or new stage of life or change in your routine, there comes a little anxiety with not knowing what it's going to be like. So just know it's normal, and a lot of people are experiencing the same.
Yeah, that sort of mystery, the unknown, can raise our anxiety levels a little bit. What strategies could people employ to navigate their kids feeling a little bit anxious?
So you can do different things. So if you're a child going back to school, say younger kids, you can think about planning your backpack, your lunch ahead of time, knowing what you want to take, knowing the things you don't want to do, or going to classes that you might not want to go. What is that going to feel like for you? So have a plan in mind, and if your parents are willing, you can go visit the school, get a feel for the layout if it's a new school or a transition into a new environment. And all that preparation can help you feel less anxious the day of. On the other hand, how much ever you prepare, for some kids it's still very hard to go back to school, especially the younger ones. Know that you're not alone and reach out to a teacher, a school counselor, or even your parents if you're feeling nervous and you're feeling like the butterflies in your stomach and your stomach aches and you're sweaty and you're like, I wish this day never arrived. That kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
Just reach out to someone. So that is for younger kids. For older kids, again, knowing the schedule ahead of time, knowing who you're going to be paired with if you're doing projects together, if there are expectations of group activities, which many kids do not like. Knowing all that ahead of time gives you time to focus on your strengths and then work on things that have been just work in progress for you all along.
Knowledge is power in that situation.
Absolutely. And practice makes it so much better.
And so what about for little kids who might be going to school for the first time? Any advice to those parents about what to do to make them feel less worried about not maybe being with mom and dad?
Separation anxiety can be a huge challenge in younger kids going to school for the first time. I think knowing that it will get better with time makes it like a less Herculean task,
Sure.
if I can call it that. For the child itself, I think having like a comfort object, it could be their favorite soft toy or a picture of family to go with them in their backpack or to keep close to them, knowing that this is only for a short period of time, and at the end of the day I'm going to be back with my parents in a safe environment, and general routine is helpful.
And for parents who might be stressed out about having the kids back to school, back to routine, sports practices, dance practices here and there, what do you say to parents about how to ease those anxiety levels?
So parents need to be kind to themselves and have some amount of self-compassion. I don't think we do enough of that in today's times, because you want your child to be successful and do all these things either that you did, or you want to have experiences you never had. I mean, there's so many things that you want for your child, right? A little bit of compassion for yourself and for the child goes a long way, where you're like, okay, this is the perfect routine we're going to have, but make room for 80 or 90% achievement in that area and say, these are the things we absolutely have to do, and the rest will get better with time. So if parents are having anxiety about sending their kids back to school or getting into that school mode, the same rules apply. Be prepared ahead of time. Remember the challenges you had last year and say, oh, those things really didn't go well, so how am I going to do it different this year? And if the child is older, have a plan together. Like this is what we do during school months plan. And what works for me is I plan a few months ahead of time, and then I'm looking at the next break to say, this is my reset time to come up with the new schedule for the next few months.
Great advice. Dr. Tanuja Gandhi of Bradley Hospital, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you again.